I was happy to learn that Grim Legends: The Forsaken Bride was going to be coming to consoles, as I remembered it having some of the finest presentation and production values of any hidden object game I'd played. When I booted it up on my PS4, I was delighted to find that it looked just as good as I'd remembered, even on a large screen television. From the opening moments as a bear attack adds excitement to an otherwise humdrum carriage ride, right down to the finale that takes players into an abyss which may or may not be the entrance to Hades, Grim Legends is a top-notch adventure. Barely at all. With its location stretching from rundown forest cabins to long-abandoned castles to underworld pits, Grim Legends is mindful of keeping its hidden object scenes as plausible as possible. The screens themselves are beautifully drawn, with special care taken to make sure that the hidden objects fit in with the screen around them so they seem like a natural part of the world. From an art standpoint, hidden object scenes don't get much better than this. It's a mixed bag here. There are a few object assembly sequences, as well as some mini-puzzles. Both of them are refreshing and stylish changes from the standard 12:1 screens, which also make plentiful appearances. The one place where the game feels a little unbalanced is in the placement of these different types of scenes. The innovative screens all tend to crop up at the first half of the game, while the second half is mostly relegated to standard 12:1 scenes. It's almost as if the developer stopped being able to come up with interesting ideas for hidden object scenes halfway through the production and chose to coast on raw ability for the rest of the game. They're still extremely good searches, but the game would play better if the types of them had been shuffled throughout the game's 4-hour running time. It's just startling what a great job the developers have done here. It's a thrilling story filled with twists and turns that I won't spoil, but suffice to say there are a constant stream of reversals, revelations, and schemes that do a great job of keeping players hooked right up until the end. The story is perfectly suited for this type of game, filled with ancient castles full of special locks and mysterious spirits who need to be foiled through arcane means. What impressed me most of all was how well told the story was. In addition to skilled characterization and solid dialogue, the game does a fantastic job of telling its story through puzzles. The game features a sequence in which the player learns some backstory by interacting with a literal storybook that has to be solved, by having the player piece together what actually happened. It's a fantastic device which helps elevate an already great story to further heights. The herbalist you encounter during the game has been bedeviled by a supernatural bear for years, and the developers chose to illustrate her obsession by showing off this, the sketches she's made of the bear, including a Vitruvian bear. It comes with the console edition, but if you're picking this up on PC, be sure to get the collector's edition, as this game offers one of the best bonus modes I've come across. The story is fully complete as the main game's credits roll, but the bonus chapter does a fantastic job of wrapping up a few loose ends in the most satisfying way possible. Grim Legends: The Forsaken Bride is so good that I hesitate to mention the one drawback I came across. The complete backstory of the game is available in a storybook that can be checked at any time. The problem is that the story is coded, and the various paragraphs only translate whenever the player manages to locate a beyond item. These being pictures from the storybook that are placed in every one of the game's screens, which fade in and out every 10 seconds or so. These items are extremely easy to miss, and hints are useless in tracking them down. Since they've been tied to the plot, players will likely miss out on some of the final details of the story, which is a tragedy. This kind of device is a fine addition for achievement hunting, but I really wish the developers hadn't hidden away any of their wonderful story from the player, since it deserves to be read. Despite this flaw, however, Grim Legends: The Forsaken Bride remains one of the best hidden object games I've played, and absolutely must be sampled by any fan of the genre. This review is based on a copy of the game provided by the publisher. If you'd like to watch my first playthrough of the PC version, just click on the rectangle that allows you to do that. You can find other hidden object game reviews elsewhere on this playlist. Au revoir.